Hi, today we'll be learning to paint this ship using acrylic colors. So I'm using here an A6 size acrylic sheet, and I'm going to put masking tape all around, and then we'll go ahead with our painting. For doing your acrylic painting, you will need a minimum of 300 GSM sheet, preferably 400 GSM, otherwise it becomes too thin and you're not able to layer it up really well. So I'm going to first very quickly draw a very rough drawing of the kind of ship that I want to create, and then we'll go ahead with our painting. In case you're using a dark sheet of paper, like a black sheet of paper, and you're going to do some acrylic painting over it, or if you're going to be using a thick canvas on which pencil is a little difficult to use, then you can also use chalk. That is a wonderful method to do a small drawing on your paper, especially because acrylics, when you're going to paint over it, it's very opaque, so nothing is going to be seen. Your pencil marks, your chalk lines, and you can also use color pencils if you want to, in case you feel more comfortable with that and you don't have a pencil in hand. I took the reference of this ship from the internet, and I'm just trying to replicate it in the best way that I can. It's a little complicated drawing, which is why I want to make sure that I draw it once, even if a lot of it will be hidden if I'm going to be painting over it, and then I'll add the details in once it all dries. But sometimes this is very useful because it leaves an impression in your mind, and then when you have to do this small detailing, it becomes a little more easier to do that. We'll start painting with the ocean, where I'm going to be applying some white and some blue, and I'm just going to blend them in. Here I'm using a round brush to do this because the area is kind of small, so round brush is still okay. In case you're not comfortable with a round brush, please feel free to use a flat brush. And I'm going to be alternating between a couple of blue lines, some white lines, a few strokes like that to create like waves in the water. I'm going to use now a little bit of darker blue to create these wave kind of lines over here. This gives a really nice effect in the water, so feel free and create as many as you feel like. If you like still water, then you don't have to do this. You can just show that the water is very calm and soothing. After this, we'll move on to creating the colors for the mast. I'm going to just use some white and some yellow, and again I'm going to blend the colors in, and it becomes really easy to fill in these tiny areas. The colors I've used are basically white and yellow ochre, which is majorly what I've used, and also I'm speeding up the video in this painting because it becomes much easier for you to have an understanding of what I'm creating, and it will help you to create the same thing. In case you prefer videos which are of real time, where I have not sped it up, then please do leave a comment over here so I will know if I have to do that for the next one. After creating these color blocks of the ship with the mast, I'm going to go ahead now and create something for the sky. like how the sky has come out. It looks like there's a storm which is coming in, or it's just really windy right now, maybe. So I love creating textures like this in the painting, especially with acrylics, because acrylics is a wonderful medium which gives you a lot of scope for creating textures like this. Now that the water and the sky is done, it's time to focus again back on the ship and start adding details to all the tiny parts over here. So this is a very good way of going about your acrylic painting. It's not necessary to do all the things from top to down or down to top or left to right. There is no specific rule like that, unless it's a really big canvas and you need to make sure that you don't lay your hands down or your palms down on the sheet somewhere and then mess up your painting. So when you're doing smaller paintings, it's still fine. You can go about in any style that you like. So I'm now adding in more details for all the smaller parts of the ship. I'm using a Bristol miniature brush to add the details. The details is where the entire painting starts coming to life. So for me, this is the most fun and the most amazing part. This is what I wait for. I block out the colors always, and then in the end, when I do the outline or when I do these details, tiny details like this, is when the entire painting comes to life and what is in my head starts coming out in front of my eyes. how the painting is coming out. I'm now going to add in smaller details inside, and we'll start finishing up this beautiful ship which is out here. In case you enjoyed this painting, do consider subscribing to my channel, and do follow me on Instagram as well. You can tag me when you recreate any of these paintings, and also let me know if you want me to put any other paintings or anything specific related to art on my channel. Let's now remove the masking tape and look at how this is seen. I hope you enjoyed watching this with me today.